YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Listen, Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Well, it finally happened, you guys. The long-awaited Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime press conference. Now, when this interview was announced, everybody was super happy about it. We're finally going to hear Kendrick Lamar talk about Drake, their beef, all the diss records between them. Who knows? Maybe we might even hear Kendrick Lamar throw shots at Drake. And then we get to find out that the interview is being conducted by Ebro and the DISS. That's when things changed. That's when people got to realizing, wait a minute, this is going to be a softball interview. We're not going to get any questions about Drake. We're not going to get any questions and answers about the best rap beef this decade. And I'm sorry, that's what people want to hear from Kendrick right now. We're watching everything happening with Drake every single day with the lawsuit, all the shots Drake has been throwing ever since the beef was over. Whether it's at Kendrick, LeBron, or whoever else in the industry, the fans want to know what Kendrick Lamar thinks about all of it. If you're going to frame this interview as a press conference, then you have to truly make it a press conference about the biggest game that happened last year. Now, during the interview, you can tell they wanted to bring up Drake, but this was a corporate interview and you can tell they were instructed not to bring up Drake. There's no way that if this interview happens on Ebro's platform, Hot 97, that he doesn't ask him about Drake or the diss records. However, they asked Kendrick, yo, how do you feel about your diss record Not Like Us winning 5 Grammys? Here's what Kendrick said.
It has been a little bit mind-bending that you created this massive cultural award-winning anthem out of a battle rap song, and how is that something after you got off that Grammy stage, you got home in some quiet time? What was going through your head?
I was just thinking about the culture, really. It's always that for me first. I'm not even bullshitting with you. It's like when people talk about rap, man, the conversations I hear, they think it's just rap and it's not an actual art form. So when you put records like that at the forefront, it reminds people that this is more than just something that came 50 years ago. They forget that it's even been here 50 years, right? And like kind of like belittle it. So I love to see that it gets that type of recognition for just straight raps, from awards to the billboards, all that, because this is truly just as big as an art form and a genre as any other genre. So that's what I think about, and I feel accomplished being able to do that. You know, whether somebody else come behind me and do it again and quadruple it, I love to see it. If that was my purpose to do that, then that's exactly what it was for that particular moment.
I think people often miss the significance of that Record and Song of the Year award, because that Song of the Year award is a songwriter's award. Like, it's not just the biggest song. It's like someone wrote a song. And you as a songwriter, when you see your name up there and it's written by Kendrick, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's powerful. And I think to what you're saying, I think there's a lot of people who have become fans of hip hop, and they, you know, you like the songs you hear and know, but you're not actually tapped into the work that it takes for you to generate the output, the art.
Exactly, man. As a writer, you know, and that's what I can appreciate the most. And knowing how much time I dedicated over the years in just trial and error, writing the most terrible shit to some of the greatest shit. You know, we all do it, from writer's block to figuring out how to find inspiration from the most non-popular aspects around me. So it's like, knowing that trial and knowing what I put in as far as my thinking process and what it takes to get there, I do not look at it as a small like endeavor because it's a hit record. No, it's actually some writing in that shit.
And then we had Ebro ask him, yo, you drew a line last year, right? Between you and somebody else? Tell me about it.
You know, you took it and put it on your back and you felt like a line needed to be drawn, right? Was that your intent when you rolled out this year? Was like, yo, I'm drawing a line. Like, this is what it is.
My intent was to always keep, I think from day one, was to always keep the nature of it as a sport. You know, I don't care how motherfuckers look at it as far as like, as a collaborative effort, you know, that's cool too, but I love when artists grit their teeth. Like, I still watch battle raps I still watch Smack URL from Murder Mook to Lux to Tay Rock, you know, my bro Daylight. This has always been the core definition of who I am, and it's been that way since day one. So I don't think it was a thing for this year. It was always just a continuum. And what I will say about this year, it was more from a space where I think a lot of people was putting rap to the back, and you didn't see that. You didn't see that grit. You didn't see that bite anymore. So I always took that in consideration in going into any type of my music.
That's interesting. So I hope this makes sense, right? You know, we've been following your journey for about 15 years, and you have been so consistent in the messaging and the focus, like you said, and you've always moved with integrity. So in a lot of ways,
Listen, man, you cannot get Kendrick off his square. This guy is perfectly media trained. Now, overall, I thought it was a pretty good interview. You got to actually learn that Kendrick really does care about the culture. And I know we're all tired of hearing that goddamn buzzword culture, but that's truly Kendrick. That's what he embodies, the culture. And if you watch how he moved during the battle with Drake last year, he's truly about rap music, elevating the culture, and overall just being obsessed with his craft. Super Bowl Sunday is definitely going to be interesting. Not only are people going to be tuned in to see if he actually performs not like us, but if you know Kendrick, you can kind of expect them to leave some Easter eggs during the performance. You guys get in the comments below. If you guys watched the Kendrick Super Bowl halftime interview today, let me know what you guys thought about it. Did it meet your expectations? Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.